Bing audio. Oh, hello, backslash, and hello, Colin. We're vibing. Hello, Pave the Dreamer. Let me. The gang's all here. Well, no, there's a few other people not here, but let me just close some apps running in the background so things are a bit more smooth. Why aren't you closing? How is everyone? It's a Thursday evening. Oh, the music's kind of popping. Let me just adjust that. This time I selected the vocal list. Doing good. How are you? I'm okay. Oh. I have a slightly upset stomach because I just bought some fries, and this box of fries came with like peri-peri powder, and I don't think I cooked the fries long enough. Or thin chips, however you want to define it. But these are actual French fries, so from Aldi's. It's not too bad. Doing alright, just a bit tired. I'm also a bit tired, to be honest. But that's what this type of stream is for. It's supposed to be Wednesday stream, but the internet was really acting up yesterday, and I was like, I don't think it's too much of a problem to delay the stream by a day, so. But yeah, we're here, and we're gonna be doing some more anime. A lot of plan to watches on this list, so let me just double check. 2017. We were at 2017. That's a good. That's pretty good. I got pretty far. Let's actually fix my list just in case there is anything I got here incorrect. So watching. So I have watched that, so should be set to complete. Dragon Ball Daima, I actually did finish that, so there we go. I watched Girls in Panzer, completed. Wow, okay, there's a lot of things. I just did not do this list correctly. I probably was adding things without thinking. Abe Michika, probably because I was watching it as it was airing, so. Is the music too loud? If my voice being washed out by this person's glorious singing? It is a pretty good song. This is royalty free. This is a full 4-minute, 22-second song. Ah, sounds good. Okay. Just clearing that thing, double checking. Need to finish Monogatari, the last season. Yeah, okay. So that's correct. Completed. Oh, thank God, I've watched lots of anime. Argon, the Bang Dream, but with guys show. I watched 3 episodes of it. I don't have strong opinions on it. Alright, let's go through this planning list just in case I didn't. Yep. Yep. Okay. Yeah. All good. Yeah. Alright. So far, so good. That came out. I did see this. Oh, wait, no, I haven't seen the second one. I've seen the first one. Okay. Did I never... I don't know. I already completed that, so that's fine. Oh, I did finish ReZero Season 3, actually. That was pretty fun. Had a good time with that. Though my opinions on it kind of waver to some extent, because it kind of goes a bit Looney Tunes at times. But overall, still a solid season. And I'm excited for a Season 4, which they announced. Thank you, ReZero. I might yawn a couple of times. I hope that's okay. ReZero is great. Season 4 was announced too. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited for that 4th season. Okay, everything here is fine. Yeah. Road to the Top movie? I did watch that actually. It's literally just the 4 OVAs put into a movie format. It's nothing, there's nothing really hugely different. Yeah, would recommend that movie. Yeah, and the first episode of this came out, so I can add this to my watching. 1 episode so far. Yeah, it's a solid opening. Go look it up. Otherwise, I'll start playing it and being like, holy shit, this show's great. Let me double check. Ooh, let me see my movie. I'm watching that new Gundam show. I watched the first 3 episodes, which are technically well, no, it's episode 0 and then the first 2 episodes, from what I figured out. I saw that in cinema. There was an episode 0 is kind of like about, where is it? Red Gundam? No, I don't know. I recommend it. It's a good show. At least for what I see. I'm not a hardcore Gundam person, so you could probably take my opinion with a grain of salt. Or depending on how you see Gundam fans. See as a good thing or a bad thing. I thought I put vocals to be kind of fun, but I'm yawning a lot. Alright, we got that cleaned up. Okay, we'll jump into... Let me just double check. It was 2017. I did. Yep, because I remember talking about that Sword Art movie and Azuna's boobs. Unfortunately. 2016. Stop yawning, Theo. Oh god, this takes me back. God, 2016. That was 9 years ago. And nothing has changed. I mean, I'm mostly talking about my life as opposed to the actual... I actually had more time to watch anime back then, so I don't know. Oh, that sounds terrible. I gotta give that one a try. Oh, lots of great anime that year, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree. There is a decent amount of good anime here. Okay. We're getting down to the smaller stuff. Oh, that Yukio movie. How are these songs like free and royalty free? There's some bangers in this random Dova Syndrome playlist. Oh, I remember that one. Oh. God, do I have to record every season of TQ as well? Well, they made this, didn't they? What? Can I open that? Okay. Right, let's go for it. Erased. I thought it was a pretty solid show and I liked it. Helps with the Asian Kung Fu Generation opening. It's just a banger as well. I know people are mixed about the ending. I too am a bit mixed on the ending, but for the general premise and what it does, it's pretty solid. Yeah, except for the ending. It's one of those things where I think maybe you needed an episode extra to allow it to cook, but I guess I have time travel. I was thinking what these recommendations about, but yeah, that makes sense. Alright, yeah, that's I should probably give the manga a read. I know friends who like that more than the anime, so maybe there might be a difference there. I don't know. I haven't seen Bungo Stray Dogs, but I've heard good things about it. And they made more of it, so I guess that's a good sign, maybe. So I'll add that to my planning list. Oh, I remember it's a very banger like ending song where they're dancing, but I don't know if it's this show or another show I imagined. Yuri on Ice. I haven't seen this. Well, no, that's not true. I watched one episode and never watched it again. I know friends who like this show. Do I have anything to say about this show? Right, I watched this show making a joke, making like, when was this? 2016. Okay, I wasn't that bad back then. I was like one of those things where jokingly like, oh, this show's about a couple of gay dudes, and I'm like, oh wait, it actually is. And this was when it aired, the first episode. I was like, oh, I guess so. It made me laugh thinking about that, so one day I'll watch it and then give my honest opinion on it. Orange. Sorry, I'm just reading the premise. Everyone has regrets in life, so who wouldn't take the chance to change the past if given the opportunity? When 16-year-old Takamiya Naho receives a mysterious letter claiming to be her 27-year-old self, her life is suddenly thrown into flux. The letter tells her that a new transfer student by the name Narise Kakeru will be joining her class, and to keep an eye on him. But why? Naho must decide what to make of the letter and its cryptic warning. That sounds interesting. And there's a movie as well, so yeah. That's an interesting premise. This show, I wish I had watched. I had various friends tell me it's really good. And it's got a second season. March comes in by a Lion, which was also adapted by Shaft, if I remember correctly. I don't need to ask. I could just look it up. It's right there in the credits. Yeah, very solid show from my understanding. I don't have much to say on it. The general premise, it's more like a serious slice of life kind of show, so I didn't really want to watch it at the time because it's like I don't want to think about life too hard. It sounds heavy where it goes, and I will probably give it a chance now. I'm more grown up. I probably would appreciate it better. Kids Naiver. I went to many years ago, an anime convention in America, AX, I think it's called. I went to one of those. I went to a Studio Trigger panel where the director, was it the director? The director. Whose nipples did I see? It wasn't Hiroshi. I know it sounds very weird, but basically, yeah. The panel was a lot of fun. And I don't know if it's this director or someone else. I don't know, he flashed his nipples at the panel and everyone was cheering, yelling nipples, nipples, as he was like touching his nipples. It was a weird, I don't remember why he did that, but everyone was cheering and was very like, yeah, the show's pretty good too. Sorry, I don't have much to say. That's a very particular memory I have. I'll probably never go to America anytime soon again, but those are one of the good memories I had of going to an anime convention, and that panel was a lot of fun. The show itself is very solid for the most part. If you're looking for... I did not know Mari Okada worked on this, which makes a lot of sense, actually. So yeah, this show... I thought the show was very good. There's like singular episodes. There's like one episode in particular about one of the characters, which is very solid and works as a standalone story. And I think about that episode a lot when I think about the show. I'm like, damn, this show does handle certain topics very well. Let me see. Yeah, okay, it's about the Kizuna system, which is like a thing where every character has like they share emotions, I believe, or something like that. So if someone's like stressing out, the others will stress out, I think. I say the show is good, but I don't remember much of it, if I'm honest. I only remember very specific episodes because they really like stood out. But yeah. Also good art style and really good opening. Would recommend it if you're looking for a singular anime one core season with a start and a finish that doesn't try and tease a sequel or anything else, basically. It's one of those types of shows, which we get less of these days. So it's nice to have one of those. Haven't you heard I'm Sakamoto? Oh, right, this show. I really like the manga. The anime is a lot of fun too. I actually went to the same anime convention cosplaying as this dude. It was because I didn't have anything to pick at the time, and my friends were all cosplaying, and I was like, okay, I'll pick something random. And I thought, okay, a random Japanese school uniform would work. What other thing happened? Oh, I guess I met the person who plays Love Live Sunshine, because this was the same year Love Live Sunshine was airing for the first time. We got at the anime convention, they were showcasing the first episode, and it was a lot of fun watching it as a big Love Live fan at the time. Yes, Nanaka Suwa, who plays Kanan. Basically, they had some of the seiyus there, and we got to do a handshake and meet them if we bought a couple of CDs. I didn't know who these people were because, it's my first time watching this show. But she said my cosplay was nice, and I was very touched by that. Which is why Kanan tends to be my favorite character in Love Live Sunshine. Very nice person as well. Yeah. Oh yeah. Good memories. Yeah. So that's why I'm not like super harsh towards Love Live Sunshine. I actually really like that first season. As I said before, I think the second season kind of deflates a lot of what season one sets up. And the movie is pretty solid in itself for doing what it's supposed to. But yeah, haven't you heard I'm Sakamoto? Oh. Oops. There we go, that should be alright. Ooh. Man, this music good. So yeah, good memories. 2016, a lot happened. I started watching this show because a friend recommended it. So I'll put that on the pool. Well, I don't want to put it on pause, I'll put it on the watching. I always watch 3 episodes of something, I think. Or I'll probably have to rewatch it from the start. I don't remember what this is about. It kind of reminded me of the same kind of like... Not the same type of show, nor is the writing anything similar. But the aesthetic and feeling of it reminds me of Bacano. Because, yeah, this is a classic mafia drama show, basically. For that particular period of time. So it reminded me of that. I bet if I scroll down, it would recommend it under the recommendations. It recommends Durlara. Durlara? Durlara. I don't know how to pronounce that one. Yeah, but it recommends the Bacano specials, but not Bacano. Am I, like, not... Yeah, it just recommends that. Oh no, it's up there, second one. I'm an idiot. If you've not seen Bacano, you're missing out. Now that's a very solid, like, singular story from start to finish. And a very good one. I think that this show I tend to go to when I want to point towards the show and go, this is a show that, like, has a huge ensemble of characters and is able to jump between all these character stories within 13 episodes and tell a really convincing, well, just a really entertaining story from start to finish. So big recommendation from me if you're looking for, I want to say classic anime. It's 2007 classic at this. I've always in my brain assume anything pre 2000s is classic, but early 2000s I guess would count as classic now. That has nearly been, well, yeah, 18, 20 years. Oh my god, that is a lot of time. I don't know what this show is. I don't remember much of it. It's like an isekai, but like, what if it was like super realistic? I've only watched a few episodes, but basically, like, all I remember them is a group of people. Was it a group of people that isekai'd here? Or is it actually an isekai? It's basically like the premise of Konosuba, where they're in the starting area, but it's less about comedy and more like fucked up and real. Like I vaguely remember them trying to kill a single goblin, and it's like, oh yeah, these people don't actually know how to fight, and they're struggling to kill this one goblin. Like, that's the actual idea behind the premise, from what I understand. I'll probably give this a rewatch. I have only watched like a few episodes of this. I hear that they didn't continue this though. Oh, that's a shame. The light novel's still ongoing to this very day somehow. How? So maybe there's still hope they'll come back to it, but I don't know. Who adapted this? Because it was had a very specific A1. Okay. Did I put Made in Abyss on here? I did. Okay. Oh man, Danganronpa. What can I say about Danganronpa? I can say a lot about Danganronpa. This is weird to explain. So this was 12 episodes. Oh man, I'm trying to figure out how. Because there were two. Well, yeah, well, heard it's better to play the game than watch the anime. So the anime, it's weird. How do I? Pretty cool. Yeah, so there's this, the original anime. which was based off that first game. It's like, it's whatever. I think it's not great. It's one of those things where this game works as a game, but when you're watching it, it's not as impactful. It's the same problem I have with like Phoenix, right? Where it's like you get the like adrenaline and kick from actually solving the cases and doing it yourself, you know? So seeing that adapted in anime is always a bit strange. And there are ways to do it, but yeah. And then they did like, okay, so that's what's happening. Let me find it. Sequel. So there are two of these, right? And they basically did. So they're Danganronpa, then there's Danganronpa 2, and I think Danganronpa 2 is like one of the best. Well, no, I don't think it's one of the best. Sorry, Danganronpa V3 is one of the best of the series in my opinion, but I can't talk about that because it's like a huge spoiler in itself to discuss why I like that particular game. But it does some interesting stuff with its writing. The first two games are pretty solid death game stories with courtroom drama, basically. And they released something called Danganronpa 3. Now, this is where it gets confusing. Danganronpa V3 has no connection to Danganronpa 3. Danganronpa V3 is its own story with its own set of characters. It does tie into the other stories, but the Danganronpa 3 anime is entirely like a sequel to 1 and 2. And they both aired at the same time. And it's kind of a weird one to explain because it's like one is a prequel and one is a sequel to everything. And you're supposed to watch them side by side at the same time, from what I understand. And the stories are kind of interconnected and then build up to an interesting ending, from what I remember. I thought it was a clever idea for a show, and I know a lot of people did not try this specific thing because it's entirely original and it feels unique in what it's trying to do. So I give credit to like attempting to do some sort of weird like narrative storytelling by watching two different shows that are both a prequel and a sequel to each other, essentially. As you're watching them side by side, you get answers to questions that happen in one show versus the other, if that makes sense. So I like the concept more than I like the execution, I guess. I can't remember much of it, but I vaguely remember being like, "Oh, right, okay, the reason why this is like that is because of this." Like, I guess for me, I find it interesting because it makes you want to. It gets the audience to engage with the show in a similar way that they would with the game. So, yeah, I thought interesting idea. I'd like to see an original anime do something like that, maybe. But it's a bit of a risk, and I thought, yeah, it paid off. But yeah. Oh, and then there's like a final one, which is like a conclusion, I guess, I think. But yeah, Danganronpa's a weird series. Similar to the Fate series, huh? Kinda. Fate's more convoluted and messy, and people will get angry if you say the wrong thing about it. Danganronpa is slightly different in that the fans only get angry if you say it's bad or criticize specific aspects of it. At least my experience from comparing Danganronpa fans to Fate fans. Kiyomi Monogatari. I did watch this one. Have I not done this one? I did, okay. For some reason I just didn't do this one. This was a bunch of shorts. They're basically like 12-minute episodes. of random stuff. The thing about this one, though, is this one ends on a very serious note that ties into, like, one of the later seasons. So it wouldn't make sense if people didn't see this. Then again, like, let me look. Monogatari watch order. Because now that I think about it, Monogatari probably has a ridiculous long, like, what is this? Like, yeah, okay. First season, second season, final season, light novels, and then short stories. And this was even before Zokumono. Oh my god. Yeah, good luck. I can understand anyone being confused by Monogatari. My opinion, go watch it from airing order. It is much more easier to do it that way. Like, you literally click back in Monogatari and work from there. Sequel, Nisei Mono. Oh, there's also a prequel. Never mind, I'm not... Everyone has their own way to watch it. You do your research. Or ask me and I'll tell you how to watch it. But yeah. Hello, Michael. I'm waving back, if you can see me waving. Imagine that. Alright. Durarara, the third arc. Oh my god, there's a lot of Durarara. 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 Dur. That sounded a bit weird, I'm not saying. I apologize. 2010. Oh wow. Been a long time since I've seen that one. I liked the show a lot when it aired. And then they released like 3 seasons of this afterwards because I think the studio really wanted to adapt the rest of these. I vaguely remember liking them all. So I'm just gonna say, yeah, solid show. If you want a long anime like series that actually has an ending, yeah, the first season's 24 episodes, and then the other 3 seasons are 12 episodes each. So, 48, almost 60 something episodes, I guess, if you can count the OVAs and all that. Oh, kind of impressive they even adapted all of it. Prequel. Oh, I'm not doing all the OVAs. The art club has a problem. Yeah, I haven't watched it. That's the problem. I think? God, so many shows where I'm just like, I swear I've seen this, and then I just can't remember for the life of me if I had or not. Moving on. It's a slice of life for Coma adaptation from my understanding. I could be wrong, it might not actually be a 4 Coma. But it feels like it. Give me a sec, I'm yawning. Right. Flying Witch. Yeah, I don't know why I never watched this. This looks very cozy. A very relaxing show is what people said. Yeah. I'll give this one a watch. Hello, Try. Welcome to the anime stream where I'm very, very tired. I don't know why. Oh, my body wants to crash. Flip Flappers. Flip Flappers is a great show. Very underrated. Yeah, I don't know if anyone has seen it. 2016. it's a show where I really like it, with like the small asterisks of like it just needed one more episode. That last episode feels like two episodes in one. I remember that opinion strongly. I can't tell you exactly what happens in this show. Not for plot related reasons, because a lot of random things happen. Like one episode pretty much is like a parody of Mad Max and Dragon Ball in one. A psychedelic trip into adolescence. I agree with that one. I don't agree with the other thing. But yeah, if you're looking for a unique, fun little anime, again with a start to finish, there's. I should make a list for that kind of thing. Can I make lists? I'm gonna click here. Like custom list. I thought you could make a custom list. Settings. Someone likes my activity. Everyone seems to like my activity. Yeah, you can add a custom list. Anime with endings. Anime that actually ends. Save. Settings. Okay. Did I create it? Okay, let me find. I'm just trying to see if I could get this to work, because I had tried this with feature once, but it never. And then here, and I clicked open list editor. Ah, here we go. Animate actually ends. I hit save. Now, how do I see that on here? Animate actually ends. Okay, there you go. So we'll start making a quick list of that. Animes that actually end. That I like. I probably should have renamed that list. But I can't edit that anymore. What? So I go to settings, and I go to list. Okay, I can. You just need to... That I liked. There we go. Because I know if I make a list like that, someone's gonna bother me and be like, "Oh, you didn't actually put every anime ever in that list." I'm like, "Okay, buddy." I can picture the dickheads. um, completed. Do that. Okay, that was a show with an ending. I need to think what show has an ending. You can go on here. A Haran-san does have an ending that I feel is like a really good conclusion to that kind of story, but they have a second season, so I can't put that on the list because someone's going to be very obnoxious if I do. Bakano was on that. Oh, okay. So I know Bakano is a light novel series, and there are many more light novels, but the story it's trying to tell in the anime does have an ending in a way that works for me. But I know I should give up. I should accept the fact that people are like going to bother me about that if they ever see that list. I guess the rules for a list. Okay, look. Devilman Crybaby, that has an ending. It's a rather fucked up, depressing ending, but it has an ending. That show was great. It was. Oh, sorry, going back up again just to double check the list. It was very solid. Devilman Crybaby is also just a great show. So, Etotama is a show I could put on this list. I already showed it last time on stream, but very underrated show. But it does have an ending. It does have an OVA, but you know, whatever. I'm not doing this. But it's my list. I can do what I want with it. I'd say Hyoka had a really solid ending, though it had more novels after. I don't know. I guess things I know 100% that has an ending, like Jellyfish Can't Swim at Night. That show I have a mixed opinion on it, where like parts of it I really like, and then some of it I don't really like. But that has a story from start to finish, and it had a lot for me to discuss with people, so I think that says something. Oh, there's so much Konosuba. Land of the Lustrous I wish I could put on that list, but because it's just such a good anime. But it, like, doesn't end. In fact, it just kind of leaves more open. That's such a... Yeah, okay, Ping Pong. There we go. That was the one I was also thinking of as a perfect, genuinely perfect 10 out of 10 show for me. Scum's Wish had an ending. So, yeah, I'll put that on there. Obviously, there's like a lot of content warnings for that one, but it's a solid one for me. Dynazenon and Gridman are both individual universe stories. I would, if I had to pick, I would say Gridman is probably the one. They're both really good, though I think Dynazenon has things attached with Gridman, whereas Gridman can tell a singular story. And I won't spoil the ending, but the ending of Gridman is a very solid, like, message and ending in itself. That Dynazenon being in its own universe makes more sense once you realize what it's actually about. Kind of a weird one. The Dangers in My Heart, season 1 and 2 is solid. It has an actual ending, though it's still an ongoing manga. I would argue that, yeah, this would be... that ending for me personally, I might have to reword this, but basically it's an ending that I feel satisfied with. Gridman, Rika, my beloved. Good old Rika. Gridman's such a great show. The characters are so, like... I don't know, I don't want to word it weird, like... not anime, like, they're very... The dialogue exchange feels weirdly realistic. I would argue The Promised Neverland had a good ending, but, like... I know there's a season 2, and no, I did not read the manga after a certain point. I read the manga up to where the anime ended, the first season ended, because I've said this before on my sister stream, I think, about bad second seasons, that, like, The Promised Neverland always felt like that story to me was where that ending... I can't talk about it without spoiling it. When they escape, I'm like, that's, to me, in my brain, oh, I could just leave it to interpretation from there. It does a very... It's like... the entire theming and idea behind the story works in that setting. And them leaving the main area is kind of like a... its own thing in itself. Oh, Toradora. Yeah, okay, Toradora can go on this list. Wait, I gotta go message my friends. Can we watch Dora at some point. Sorry, I'm interrupting the stream so I could... I got reminded of it whilst streaming at this very moment. Toradora is very solid. It's like an old classic. But I also think it probably still holds up. I don't know. I have to watch it with friends to determine that. Oh, great. Do I have to add, like, the fucking... I guess movies don't count, do they? For this list. I'm like... The Uma Musume movie is a very solid movie as a standalone. My friend just replied, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Why didn't it just update this? Oh wait, this is not the show. What's this? A film? They made a film? I haven't seen the film. What am I talking about? I'm talking out my ass. Put it to planning. That's a great, solid... I can't add that to my favorite. Oh, it's a compilation film with some new Eiko performances. That makes sense. Oh no. Okay. Let me change my list. What should I call this? What should I call it? Because I'm like, okay, I like the first season of Love Live Sunshine. It does a very good job at sending a certain particular... I don't know. I'm overthinking this list. Let's not. What is this music? This is on... Dover Syndrome. This is insanely good music. What the hell? That was bopping. Oh yeah, boy, combing was awesome. Also, hello, Eric. Welcome to today's special episode of making an anime list. I guess I could put Road to the Top. That's a solid 4-episode thing that tells a story from start to finish. No pun intended, because, you know, they're racehorses. Your boy Kunmin could be on this list too. At least for what it does. Orimo, oh my god. Ground control. Okay, we've done enough. Now let's go to profile. Anime list. Anime that actually ends that I like. Wait, didn't I add something to this list? Didn't I add these things? Did I? You saw me add things to a list, right? I literally clicked. Oh, do I need to hit save? Oh, fuck. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, this is R&B. Alright, we'll move on to adding more stuff to the list. This is an OVA. Charlotte, let's jump back to Charlotte. 2015? You didn't save any of it, I'm afraid. Yeah. That sounds like me. Okay, Charlotte. I watched this a couple years ago, actually, for the first time with friends. It's an extremely dumb show, but I like it. And had a pretty ridiculous ending, from what I remember. I think the problem with this show at the time is how many people were like... I think the problem is that it... At the time, people were very like... I just come off Angel Beats and wanted the next Angel Beats, basically. It wasn't that level of like hype, but I still like this show a lot. It's goofy. I don't want to say it's stupid. I vaguely remember just laughing at a lot of things, but it was because I was watching it with friends, which obviously that's a bit different. I'm sure the me from back then probably would liked it a lot more. But yeah, Angel Beats 2010, 15 years ago. Oh my god. Let's add this. I enjoyed Angel Beats. I don't think... Oh wow, it's... I don't know if it holds up today. It's one of those types of shows that I vaguely remember tried rewatching, and I was like, the jokes aren't landing for me anymore. And I think it's probably because, like... I don't know, it's probably because I know what the jokes were in advance, kind of thing. I don't know, this show had a lot of fun watching it as it aired. And all the, like, theory crafting and all the, like... people discussing it was a lot of fun. Moving on. Space Patrol Liluko, which is a short. I liked it. I don't have anything to say about it. It's a one-time kind of anime. Yeah. Yeah, Angel Beats, in my opinion, only works, like, the first time you watch it. It doesn't... I don't want to say it doesn't hold up. It's just you start noticing stuff. Or something feels off when you're watching it a second time round. Also, it targeted a very particular age range for me when I was... Well, it was 15 years ago, so I'd say when I was in my early, like... How old was I? I'd say between 15 to 18 when I was watching that show. So yeah, that show would have had a lot more of an impact when I watched it back then than I would now. Now I'm old and cynical, which is unfortunate, but hopefully I can get out of that phase when I become rich and famous. And I take you all with me and make sure everyone lives a happy life. I'm making a speech like I'm about to die, like a shonen character. No self-deprecating jokes here. Only fun anime jokes today. I replied, fuck yeah, to my friend. I have to watch this. It sounds genuinely bad. Who watched this? The person who created, what you call it, Future Diary. No, okay, I remember why I picked the show up. I never watched it. I had it, like, downloaded for years, and then I just deleted it off my hard drive. I mean, I watched it legally on Crunchyroll, but then removed it from my watch list. Yeah. Fuck. Sorry. Pay your translators, and I'll pay you. Sorry, I am not doing this rant. Big Order was an anime. It was... I vaguely remember a scene where a guy shakes a girl's hand, and for some reason, that got her pregnant. And I'm like, I'm in. This is so... That sounds so stupid. I have to know what this is. If it's anything like Future Diary's level of entertainment, I have to... So yeah. Big Order is an enigma. It's beyond our comprehension, in the worst way possible. I wouldn't wish this upon my worst... Okay, it's not that bad, is it? Reminds me of that anime where Rabbit Girl gets pregnant. Okay, I'm just gonna double check, because Big Order... Pregnant... And... Actually, maybe it was this show. It was... Because this show also had... a girl with rabbit ears. Wait, what's this? Wounded Man. What is this poster? This is like... Holy shit, this is fucking... amazing! Has anyone seen a poster this good? Oh, sorry, that's such a funny poster. Oh, let me send this to my friends. Ram Ranch, but JP. I'm glad someone knows what Ram Ranch is. We as in me and my friends, when we get together for like meetups, we basically like rent out an apartment or something and we hang out for like a weekend. We will like... I know a very particular friend who will always blast Ram Ranch on the TV. It's kind of like a rule. What? I'm sorry, I just think that poster's so cool. This is the kind of shit I would use to defend artists versus like those people with AI and that crap. Like, this is art. AI can't replicate this. This is fucking gold. I already opened that one, so let's move on. Sorry, I got really obsessed with that poster. In a completely heteronormative way. That's so fucking good, man. Okay, we're gonna talk about Zaragoto. So here it's titled Kubikiri Cycle, the Blue Servant and the Nonsense User. Has anyone read Zaragoto? Because it's basically the writer of Monogatari without... It's without Araragi, so it's basically a less horny Monogatari. I feel like I am completely butchering the definition and meaning behind this show. It's basically a murder mystery that takes place on an island, and they've only adapted the one book. They never like adapted more of it, but this has an ending in itself. So yes, this could go on my list. It has a very cool... It's not a twist so much as it's like a twist about how you, the viewer, or the reader, interprets the story and its mysteries. It kind of does some pretty cool things by flipping it on its head. Nishio is a very good writer, so I'd highly recommend this if you're looking for something interesting and unique. I mean, it's not available in my country. Oh, right, yeah, I live in the UK. Never mind. Ace Attorney. I'll add this to my planning list. I never watched the anime. because they did a second season, which adapts. Yeah, maybe. I might give Phoenix Wright a try. I really like the games. I love the games a lot. That I don't really feel like I want to see an anime. But you know, Phoenix Wright has been a fantastic series outside of a couple of games. But that's mostly due to the fact that the main person involved wasn't in charge of those later games. So it's like the first 4 games are very solid. And the 5th and the 6th is kind of like a bit wonky. And then the Great Ace Attorney, which is a prequel, is very good because it's got back the original creator involved. And that had a sequel, which was also very good. And then there was the Miles Edgeworth games, which were also... I played the first one, I really liked it. They released the second one. I would love to play it, but I don't think it's a thing you can stream. These games are not good for streaming. Maybe. It depends, because I think these types of games, like this Danganronpa and others, are very subjected to, like, backseating more than any other game. And people will either get annoyed at you for not playing it correctly, or if you spend too long thinking about something, someone's going to spoil you. Unless you stream without, like, a chat, but that doesn't seem entertaining enough. Oh, no, I could do that. No. No. Also, it's one of those games where it's like, it's a lot of time to think about. I wouldn't have enough time to stream it. I have enough time trying to deal with fucking Tree Sentinel. Anyway, right now, moving on. Seraph at the End, which is a TV show. A friend really liked this show, so I will give this a watch because one of their favorite characters is in this show. Actually, my friend has a lot of favorite characters, which are purple hair characters in general. I can get my friend to watch Bang Dream. So there's a character in that with purple hair. www.wagnaria. This is a spin-off to Wagnaria, which is working. I call this show working. I don't know why. It's okay actually. The problem with this show is that it has to compete with working. And the cast of characters in working is a bit more iconic and a lot more fun. This is also a show that has an ending because it adapts everything from my understanding. It had a sequel. Had 2 seasons and then it had... Oh yeah, it had a 3rd season. And I think there was like an OVA. Wow, okay. I'm glad this show got as much as it did. Yeah, the final episode, which I think was like an hour-long episode, which concluded the series. It was a lot of fun. God damn. They didn't make fun. Well, they do. They do. I'm just not looking hard enough. But this was a very fun, energetic, just well-animated show that takes place in a restaurant. And I don't think I ever had anything on that level. Oh, Servant X Service, because that was the same creator, I believe. I could be wrong. No, I'm not wrong. This person did create that. Did I not add that as completed? Whoops. Yeah. Servant X Service. That was also a fun show. It didn't hit the highs of working, but these shows have a very particular energy that was like... I liked because... Well, this one takes place is an office story. So it takes, well, civil servant story. But, you know, it's in that kind of office-like setting. And I work in an office, so it's kind of like... I wish my life was as interesting as that. But, yeah. This one, I said to a friend I would watch with him because this was a Marie Okada thing, I think. Ooh, Girlish Number. I watched this a couple years ago. Um, Good show. It has a. This also kind of had an ending. What do you mean there was a spin-off that was cancelled? What? I was sending this to my friend. Give me a second. Sorry, I'm kind of. I liked this show. It was actually pretty good. Why did it get? It's like. Sorry, I'm sending this as like a meme to my friends. I gotta stretch out the word cancelled. Oh man, what? What? It's kind of mad. Girlish Number is a great show from start to finish. It's a sort of like it's about a girl who wants to be a seiyuu. It kind of does a dig at like how productions of anime are kind of messy, and sometimes the things they have to do are not entirely great in order to get up the ladder, I guess. But for what it is, it's quite fun. I watched it randomly out because I was looking for something to watch, and I had a good time with it personally. Um, Again, would recommend it. Yeah, so it's like reading the like synopsis. She basically works with other girls in the agency, and you kind of learn more about each character's like background and how or why they're actually trying to become why they're part of this agency. Uh, don't have much to say. Go watch it. That's my recommendation. What time is it? Okay, I still got half an hour. Yu-Gi-Oh! The Dark Side of Dimensions. I would recommend this if you liked old Yu-Gi-Oh! And you want a conclusion to Yu-Gi-Oh! This is an actual, proper, full-on conclusion that rewards being a big-time fan. Also, I guess it's kind of rewarding if you're like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged series person, because the English dub for this feels like it was sort of in like Britain with that kind of energy. There's a lot of like unintentionally funny jokes and line deliveries that only works in the English dub and not in the Japanese version. um oh nice, that might actually make me want to watch Yu-Gi-Oh again. I mean, yeah, literally this movie in particular, like I know there was another Yu-Gi-Oh movie and that one's whatever, it's fine. That was the movie that was like that was in cinemas when I was a kid. Anime is what Yu-Gi-Oh is not as big as it is today, but this particular movie had me laughing and like cheering because it was nice to um see all these characters again and how they address, because the end of the original show is that Yugi and the Pharaoh go their separate ways. So it's an interesting story on like what how Yugi specifically becomes the main character again and how he can't rely on the Pharaoh anymore. It is an interesting idea. And yeah, Kaiba is the funniest character ever in this movie. God damn, I love this. I really like this one. It's very solid. Original Yu-Gi-Oh series, yeah, but there's 200 episodes? Oh man, that's a lot of episodes. Okay, well, let's do this. Yu-Gi-Oh GX, I watched all of Yu-Gi-Oh GX. I really liked Yu-Gi-Oh GX. The thing I can say about it is that it's one of those shows where it's kind of goofy the first few seasons, and then it gets dark, and then it gets, in my opinion, a bit too dark. But the general like idea of how they make the main character grow is cool. Because the main character's like, I'm gonna become the next king of games. He's kind of like that, exactly how you'd picture that type of person. But as the series goes on, he becomes a bit more jaded and more grounded, and as a result becomes like, it's a weird show because in its final season he's basically having an existential crisis about his existence and what he wants to do with his life, and he kind of grows up by the end of it. Obviously this show takes place in a school academy, but like the whole point of him graduating and moving on is interesting. So interesting that like the last season never got an English dub. It was so dark that, well, I don't think it was so dark, but the general like themes and premise and ideas behind it was pretty dark for kids to adapt. So they just didn't do it, which is kind of fucked up for me. Like 4Kids is pretty notorious for editing episodes, like episodes where characters are holding guns get replaced with them pointing a finger, that kind of stuff. And I assume season 5, which is the last season of this show, they couldn't because a lot of dark things happen. This is the same show where a guy said a guy has dinosaur DNA because in a flashback he got into a serious injury with his leg and they couldn't get him to the hospital in time, so they replaced his like one of his bones in his legs with a fucking dinosaur bone. So he has like the DNA of a dinosaur. It's that type of show as well. It's the same show where like the main character has to duel against a chimp, a hyper intelligent chimp. Oh god, what a weird fucking show. Oh, and then there's like a season dedicated where like everyone becomes Catholic. Not really Catholic, but it's like super religious. And I don't mean this in a negative way, it's just because their uniform is this, but they're like super religious white people. Like they have to wear like perfect white uniform, and they were basically like one of those freaky cults that you get tricked into joining. It was one of those. God, talking about this show is fun. There was an episode where they start throwing white paint on each other. And yeah, back then I didn't get it, but when I was older and I rewatched it, I was like, wait, what? There's so many good episodes in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. That's a fun one. If you really enjoyed OG Yu-Gi-Oh! And you want to try out another show, that one's pretty great. Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Card games on motorcycle, which I think was a pretty big meme back then. But the show ended up being really good. It introduced the mechanics synchros, which was like a new card format, white cards. Wow, that's a lot of white in Yu-Gi-Oh! But you know, after the events, okay, what? Yeah, I don't know. This show leans more into talking about classism than other aspects of it. Like the main characters from like a junk district, so his deck is based on junk cards, and then his rival, or so old best friend, is like he's kind of like a Seto Kaiba basically, except he's like rich and famous and a dickhead. It goes in a lot of directions, but I won't go into it too much. But those were the 3 seasons of Yu-Gi-Oh! I watched. And then there was this movie with all 3 of these characters crossing over. It's alright. I don't remember much of it. But yeah, that's the Yu-Gi-Oh! Segment out of the way, sorry. It's time to talk about Gakuen Handsome. Gakuen Handsome. Look at these. Okay, I gotta watch it. I feel like I know what it is. I should have... They got like yaoi chins, you know? That's the term, isn't it? Yaoi chin. Where they got super long and necks. No, chin, sorry. It's in the name. Oh. Gotta watch it. Oh, God. I like facepalmed on the table. Do I have to go for every season of TQ? Oh my God. So TQ is like a ridiculous, over-the-top, like, tennis anime. I say tennis very lightly. It's just about random shit happening. It's like someone got away with making 7 seasons of a shitpost. That's what it is. Each episode 2 minutes long. I'm pretty sure you can watch these on YouTube. I don't know what to say. Every episode's kind of like... If you've ever been high, it's like that. I am not confirming or deconfirming I've ever been high, but the experience is like that. If I had to compare it. Oh my God, there's so much TQ, man. That's a lot of fucking TQ. They got away with so much TQ. They should make more TQ. No, wait, there was a TQA. Okay, yeah. I lost count how many TQ seasons. I assume there was 8. But there seems to be a 9. Okay, they ended at 9. Oh my God. I am not doing the specials. Otherwise, I'd be going for all these. Yeah, there's like a special for each of these. Oh my God. I don't want to do this. Let's move on. Weak Sauce. Oh, this is the sequel to that one. Alternative? No, it's a movie. Okay, it was just like a retelling. Okay. Again, I'll probably give this one a proper watch next time. A lot of card game shows suddenly popping up. Aoyoni. Do you remember this? The famous game? I would assume a lot of streamers have played this game. Aoyoni. It's like a terrible live-action movie. I gotta give this... No one reviewed it. Oh, very weird. It's basically like an RPG Maker horror game. Of a giant purple monster with a big head chasing and killing you. I don't know if it's actually good. Like the anime of that. Like, the game is not good. Oh, this looks terrible. I'm watching this after the stream. I'm sorry. Let me open up a uh, Crunchyroll and watch it from there. Wait, it has like a show. Oh, okay, the animation movie. What the hell is this? Okay, no, the shorts are the. Oh my god. Hello, Zenith. Oh, it's Zenith. Hello. I recognize that name. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Yeah, let's put Out on your side. Oji-san and Marshmallow. It's about a guy who really likes marshmallows. And yeah, it's about an office lady who likes the big guy. It's quite cute. I recommend it. It's a short. Doing good, doing good. Hope you are as well. I am. I am. Sorry, I just got a reply from a friend, which I'll reply to after the stream. Not related to me watching Toradora. OG Sand Marshmallow. Yeah, I'd recommend it. It's quite a wholesome show. It's about an office lady who likes this big guy, and he likes marshmallows. I don't know. I don't know if that does a good enough job at selling it to you, but you should probably watch it. What? It's about. I clicked it because it looks stupid. Onari Goru follows the everyday life of Goru, the most admirable of farts, as he solves problems in ways that only a fart can. I am so sorry you had to join the stream at such an inappropriate time. This is very childish. I'm gonna go Google this. What? No, I can't open that. Moving on. Alright, we did it. We made it to 2016. So let's do the 2015. And we'll call it there after. My body is like screaming at me. Oh wait, I started the stream at 5. I usually finish at 7, but because that was yesterday, today's not as bad, so I could go a bit overtime. So yeah, let's do it. Let's survive half an hour if I can. I'll open up a bunch of anime and I'll talk about it. That's the rule. Oh. Oh. Oh wow, was it that long ago? I'm just reacting to things before I open them and talk about them. much anime. Wish I had time to watch more anime. It's quite awesome how many of you are in the chat are like all know each other. It's always nice to see like people say hi to each other in the chat. Is this also on the... An OVA? Can't remember. Alright, that should be enough. That's 2015. Ass in Asian class ass room. That's a lot of ass. I never watched this show. I read some of the manga and I liked it. So I will give this one a try because it's a Shonen Jump thing and I like my Shonen Jumps. This is the director, I believe. Yeah, it was Kishi Seiji. That's why it caught my attention because like, oh, it's the director of Angel Beats. Death Parade. I never watched all of this, but I remember liking it. I'll have to just rewatch it from the start again. But yeah, it's... yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it was actually like... It was made after like the OVA, which was I think part of like an anime project with 4 other studios, and they had to all build different... Yeah, Little Witch Academia. They were... I don't know if there was like a competition or anything, but it was like these OVAs made for like... I'm not sure if it was a competition or it was just kind of like a practice thing. Yeah, most people don't know it's just like an original piece. Is this a recap movie or an original piece? It's original. It was originally like... It came out... There was an interesting concept about like... basic... Oh, it says here, one of 4 anime works that received... Wow, okay. $500,000 for the 2012 Young Animator Training Project. It's like a grant, basically. And they make an anime. The concept of Death Billards is that 2 people who are dead have to compete in a game, and the winner gets to go to heaven, and the loser gets to go to hell. I believe. Yeah, so the original premise was just Death Billards, and it was just it, but they expanded it into an actual show, which had different characters and different games, so to speak. So, cool concept. That's hardcore. It's great. It was very cool at the time, and I was like excited that they made a full anime. But I was quite shocked that they didn't end up... I didn't end up finishing or watching it. Yeah. Food Wars. I'll add this to my planning. I don't want to watch shows about food because it makes me hungry and disappointed in my like cooking skills that I could be doing better. I said if I ever moved out to my own place, I'd probably do that, but who knows when that will be. Probably should just bite the bullet, save money for a deposit and get a flat. And just go from there. At least then I'll have my own, like, privacy, I guess. But yeah, Food Wars, good show. From what I remember, like, people telling me. I like the openings. Noragami! Complete. I really like Noragami. It's a classic to me. About a minor god. Yeah. And gods are like powerful based on how many people worship that god, I think. I could be completely wrong. It's been too long. Didn't they announce like a sequel, a new season? Also, it has some of the one of the best anime openings ever. Look up Noragami Arigato opening. Yeah, that guy was a loser god, but fun. There was like a show that was just entertaining from start to finish. I'd say one thing about that show is that it did make me cry in one episode. Because it caught me off guard. Which was the episode where, like, I think Hiyori is her name. Is it Hiyori? Yeah, it was Hiyori. It says right there. Gets him a gift, and it was like a mini shrine, and it made him cry. And then for some reason that got me emotionally. I was like, oh, that's like, that was so sweet that it made me like tear up a bit. And I think if a show can do that, it's a good show in my books. Good show. IQ. That's on my planning. Moving on. Prison School. Anime was fun. The manga has like, from what I remember, a genuinely terrible ending. But it's probably because it ended abruptly. Prison School is a weird one to explain to someone because it's like an extremely horny show, but with like galaxy brain solutions to problems. And you need to kind of know a person to recommend it to them. If you recommend it to the wrong person, you might get in trouble. or someone's gonna look at you weirdly. I don't like that show. I didn't love it. That's not correct. I liked the show, but I didn't love it, and I didn't hate it. It was entertaining to watch with friends. It's that type of show for me. Which is probably what I'll say for a lot of like fan service episodes, shows. But again, Prison School isn't just a fan service show. There's actually like a ridiculous galaxy-brained plot happening at the same time, which is why it's entertaining to people. Moving on. Plastic Memories. I don't know. This looks cute. About androids who look like human. It's about android racism. I'm joking. Maybe, I don't know. The Android production company SA Corp? SA Corp? That's a... Okay. A new kind of android with emotional and human legs. Okay. Oh, it's like a service thing. You should watch it fully blind. Okay, I'll do that. I'm not gonna think too hard on the plot. Yamada and the Seven Witches. I just really like the opening for this show. I would probably give this a watch. It's a rom-com. Is it actually about witches? Oh, the body swap thing. Okay. Uh, Nisekoi. I watched it. I don't hate Nisekoi. Nisekoi is kind of that. When it aired, it was that type of show. It was like the type of show people react to in the same way people reacted to Ori no Imoto when it was airing, where everyone's arguing over who the best girl is. And I remember watching this and being like, yeah. I mean, it makes sense that I'm a Onodera fan. I apologize to other people out there. Although I do like Marika. Oh man, that's tricky. That's tricky dicky. Moving on. If you're looking for a rom-com, I guess. Did they ever finish adapting this, or is it just... I'll give this a second chance one day. How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend. I should give this one a watch. Because many years ago, when I was very close-minded, I dismissed this show in a chat with some friends, saying, it looks like light novel trash, I don't want to read it, I don't want to watch it. To which someone actually, like, one of my friends at the time, replied in a long paragraph explaining why it's good. And I was like, okay, I shouldn't really dismiss it. I was a closed-minded individual back then. I'm an idiot. From what I understand now today, when I talk to people who have watched this show, they really like it. Let me read what the plot is. This is, yeah, the nutshell version I know about it is that it's about a doujin circle. Them making games. I'm not really sure exactly. Now that I think about it, I should be giving this more of a chance because now it's about games and I, too, develop games. So, yeah. What is this? There are some really good vocal tracks in this Dover Syndrome like list. Oh, I don't want to look at this. This came up last stream. I said I don't want to think about this show because like main character shorter is just like what my sister is. But I remember watching this. It was pretty cute. It's a shoujo, kind of. Is it a shoujo? It's a shonen, isn't it? When did this... I thought this came out on... No, I don't want an AI description. Give me the Wikipedia link. Yeah, it's a shoujo, my bad. Oh, okay, I'm getting this mixed up because it had a crossover with Nisekoi, which was published in Shonen Jump. So I was trying to think, why do I associate this with shonen? Yeah, it's a pretty cute romance for what it's trying to do. About a gigantic man, well, a gigantic dude and a small small girl. Very like cute, wholesome relationship, I guess. I don't know. If you're into that, I recommend it. School Live. Yeah, don't worry about it. What can I say about... School Live. Watch the first episode blind. If you don't know what this is, go watch it, the first episode blind, and then decide from there if you're gonna enjoy it. I think the anime kind of does its own thing slightly, so it kind of works as a singular story. But yeah. Absolute Duo. I have a friend who liked this show, but I don't think they like it for like a positive reason. Search another anime to watch and watch this if you don't find anything else to watch. I think this had a good opening from what I remember. Light novels on hiatus? Why? I gotta find out why. They better still be alive. Hiatus. I hope the all forgets better and continues the story of a show I do not watch or care about. Oh, I already done the One Punch Man. The Anthem in My Heart. Oh yeah, this is a weird movie. It was 2 hours? Okay. I liked it. But I'd be pretty hard pressed to explain why it's in that category of like anime films where you like watch it and you're like, that was an anime film, and you move on. I know that sounds like a negative, but like I've watched a lot recently that's kind of in that category. Looking over at my list. That's not on there. Okay. I forgot it's a Thursday and not a Friday. So... Okay. Kantai Collection. I watched this with a friend. And then we moved on with our lives. It wasn't bad. It was like... Kantai Collection, I feel like, was a missed opportunity for bringing in an overseas audience. No pun intended, get it? Because it's like, you know, a fleet. And they're actually warships turned into anime girls. Anyway. Wow, the music ended at such an awkward time. But yes, it was like... I don't know. I think, like, this was the big thing after Toho for a bit. For a bit, because of all the character designs. I guess today... it's a bit more spread out. I would argue that probably the big thing would probably be for this type of thing would probably be Blue Archive, but then there's also Genshin Impact, Honkai, Star Rail. There's a lot of gacha games, so yeah. But Kantai Collection, I remember watching anime being like, this is fun. I'm going to try and get into the game, and then I couldn't figure out how to because I was young and stupid back then, so I gave up. Did Kantai Collection ever get a like Kantai Collection English release? I guess not. This thing's still alive? Okay, it's still alive. It's just what is this Wikipedia? It says artist, like the artist who drew the character design. It says usually it gives you credit and gives you like a list, and here it just says at least 21. At least 20. What? I think you need to. Someone needs to fact check who the artists are and actually credit them properly on Wikipedia. You can't just put at least 21. I think. The I think wasn't in there, but it's that's a very odd thing. It probably had lots of artists as time went on, but yeah. Um yeah. I wouldn't spend too much time. They made a movie. And I will probably watch that movie one day. Oh, yeah, one day. I'm trying to think because I watched this with my friend and we liked it. Then making a movie makes sense, I guess, because it ended with a couple of things hinted. But yeah. Oh. The disappearance of Nagato Yuki-chan. Well, people... I don't think I know anyone who actually did end up watching this. Or reading it. I read the manga, but it's okay. It's cute. It isn't the same level as like, yeah, the Haruhi movie or the actual show. But if you like Nagato and you wanna, or if you like the human Nagato in the Disappearance movie, you'll like this one. Yuri Bear. I have the Blu-rays. I never watched it. I have a lot of this. What's this creator's called? Yeah, Ikuhara. Sorry. I have the entire Utena collection up here on my shelf. The whole series of Penguin Drum and the movies and Yurikuma. And I haven't watched Penguin Drum. I don't think I ever finished. Utena is a very long. It's like a 50 episode series, I think, with movies. I will give these a watch. I hear they're very good and entertaining and very well written. All I know from this particular show is that there are lesbian girl bears things. I'm so sorry, Yurikuma. I'm going to assume you're actually a very good show, and I have just kind of wrapped it up in such a weird, simple way. No, never mind. There's a guy here called Life Sexy. Life cool and life beauty. Life sexy. Life can be sexy if you work hard. It's not sexy for me right now, but hey, I said I'm not gonna do self-deprecating jokes. Life is sexy. Pretty confident to say that. Amagi Brilliant Park. Let's add this to the list. I rewatched this with friends. It holds up pretty well. Except for the guy being a pun off Kanye West. That does hit my knee. Ooh. Yeah, that doesn't hold up as much. But this is a fun show. Would recommend it. And I guess there is an OVA. I watched it with friends recently. I say recently, it was probably like 2 years ago. But it was fun. I don't know what to say. If you're looking for a really good KyoAni show, start to finish and have a good time, it works pretty solid. And it's a very funny show. Idolmaster Cinderella Girls is an interesting show because I remember the original Idolmasters, which we can mark here as I enjoyed that. There were some specials. and a movie which was... It's unfortunately not a good movie. I didn't remember liking it. There's a side M thing which is about the guy idols. I should probably give that one a chance out of curiosity. But yeah, there's yeah, Cinderella Girls is its own kind of thing. It's its own new set of... It's like a new generation, basically. At the time, I didn't think much of it. And then I rewatched it with friends years later. And this show holds up, is actually very good. And there's a lot to really like about it compared to how I watched it originally. Tonally, it's different from the original Idolmaster for the most part. Like, original Idolmaster is very saturated, colorful, and energetic, I guess. Whereas Cinderella Girls is kind of... It's desaturated. It still is energetic, and it still is fun. But, like, when it's one of those things where... Not to be, like, a film snob kind of person, but it's, like, one of those things where you start noticing how episodes are directed and how they're, like, presented in telling individual character stories. I guess each idol story, basically. And they hit a home run for the most part, and for the ending I really liked it. There were 2 seasons. Or a split core. I think this is more of a split core than an actual, like, split second season, but we aren't going to that discussion again. But yeah, Idolmasters, good stuff. I did miss that. I do miss that show. Persona movies. Oh my god, I'm not doing this. I played Persona 3. If you're wondering which type of Persona fan I am, I played Persona 3. I played all of them, but... No, I haven't played 5. But I really like Persona 3 the most. It's a lot of fun. Which is why I watched, like, one movie, and I was like, it's not really for me. Because it's like... It ties back to me talking about Danganronpa and Phoenix Wright, basically. It's like... Game to anime adaptations are always weird to me, because it's like... The experience comes from immersing yourself into the game and watching characters that you have played as and sort of like self-inserted almost, and have made decisions on their behalf, making different choices in the anime. Or making the right choices, who knows? It wasn't for me, but I think it, like, for an anime thing, it does what it needs to do. That's my take on it. Gatchaman Crowds. I haven't seen Gatchaman's sequel. I've seen the first season. Does anyone remember Gatchaman? It's like in a... It says it's set into 2015, but it's kind of like a technologically advanced future kind of setting. Yeah, not really. I don't know how to explain this show. It's very Toku-esque. You know, similar to a Gridman or like a Sentai Ranger kind of show. Like, these recommendations are pretty much saying one of those costumed heroes types of show, but it... Very entertaining, unique one, and tried some... It was pretty original at the time. Again, we don't get as many original anime as we do back then. Oh yeah, it's like a spin-off of, like, the original Gatchaman. This should be on my planning list. Just you wait till I get to 1972 on my anime list. The Case of Anna and Alice. I don't know what this is. I hear it's a good movie. The novel. Oh, was it Simon Dowman? Oh wow, okay. I didn't know that. That's a manga adaptation of the anime, which is a prequel to the live action film, and this isn't a prequel to the live action. I gotta just give this all a watch. This sounds interesting. We're on our last four, so we'll wrap it up after this. Wakakokaze. Wakakokazuke. I butchered that. I am so sorry. This is about a lady that goes out drinking. And she makes the sha noise when she drinks alcohol. And she goes to different places from what I remember. And tries different food. But mostly drinking. Which is a very relatable trait. I say that, I haven't drank in like 5 years. And no, I'm not doing a I'm sober thing. I just don't enjoy drinking personally. It's great for alcoholics. It's great for comfort alcoholics, I guess. It's the type of show about, you know, when you had a long day at work and you want to stop by like a restaurant and eat something and drink something nice and then go home. It's one of those. I would love to do that in real life, but things are too expensive to even attempt in the UK. Who knows? Maybe I'll start a membership on YouTube. And well, I probably wouldn't use the money for that. I'd use it to save up. Or even donations. We aren't going to discuss that until I am successful in some aspect of my life. But yeah. I watched this Detective Conan movie because it had Kaito Kid in it. And everyone knows why I like Kaito Kid a lot. Just a cool character. And then yeah, they had an original TV series. He appeared in that. He does appear in the Detective Conan versus Lupin the Third movie. Yeah, the recent movie. Saw it by Newest. Yeah, this was the one I want to watch. Actually, let me just open that up. Yeah, okay. Oh my god. Okay, I found a good legal place to watch it. Thanks to Naya.si. The most legal place to access anime. I highly recommend anime sites like that. Oh, I gotta watch that movie. Yeah, so this is Kaito Kid. If you want an introduction to Kaito Kid, I guess watch this one. If it wasn't for this anime, my Magician's Feet game probably wouldn't exist. Yeah, 2014. This is more of a modern adaptation of the manga. There's an old one which is like specials, OVAs, but I like this show a lot because it's like watching a Saturday morning cartoon show. And it's always fun to find out how Kaito is going to steal the treasure. Yeah. I have seen the Blue Sapphire movie. He's in that too. This is a very neat, well, I wouldn't say niche, but most people probably aren't Detective Conan people, or like weirdly obsessed over a character in a TV show like I am with this particular show. This was a fun movie though. Um, this was this one. This is a spin-off to DQ, which is also 2 minutes short. It's about one character. This show got away with a lot. And then last but not least, I don't remember this being a thing. I remember they were music videos. I don't remember them being an actual OVA. I think I was excited for this because it was a Shaft work, and it was kind of like it was a magical girl show. It wasn't like a dark magical girl show, which is kind of a unique, interesting looking anime show concept thing. I'm not really sure. I don't think that 30 minutes is correct. It's only 2 episodes have been screened through live events. Why did they do this? They like only the first 2 episodes have been screened through live events, 2015 and 16 respectively. The second episode had also been uploaded to YouTube. Is there like no way to watch this? Yeah, they only uploaded someone's. Wait, there's no way to watch the first OVA? Oh wow, okay. That is lost. That is actually like genuinely lost media. It's on the Lost Media wiki. Partially found. Because the first episode did not get aired. The first episode never got uploaded to YouTube or streamed. The second one did, and then someone downloaded it and uploaded it to like torrent sites. So there's like one person seeding it. But episode 1 didn't, so there's no way anyone can see that because it came out in November 2015 at an event. Wow, that's cool and sad and fucked up. And apparently there was a 3rd episode. But the 3rd episode says here it's like partially found, but I think it's part of a music video. So no one really knows if a 3rd thing ever happened. That's creepy. It's like cool and creepy, you know, it's like that, you know, in like, I don't know, you know, like creepypasta stuff in video games, like, Gaster in Undertale or something like that. It's like one of those things where it's like, it's creepy and weird that this existed. I had only known about it from music videos. I did not know they actually released this. And that is interesting. It kind of reminded me of like when I was like young and I heard about a Toho anime by Ufotable. Yes, that's also on the Lost Media wiki. Anime Tencho X Toho Project, partially found OVA 2010. It was like a crossover with something else, but like never fully got found. Oh, this is cool. I mean, I'm gonna go watch this episode too, but that's... Yeah, and there were supposed to be 7 episodes, but never happened. I gotta make a YouTube video of it, and it's gotta go viral, and then Shaft will make it. Wow, okay, this is fun. And that ends my anime list for today, because that was the last one on the list. what a cool way to end it, honestly. I wasn't expecting that. That is genuinely fascinating to me. But yeah, that was 2015. So tomorrow we will be doing some more Pizza Tower. We're almost D-ranked everything in Pizza Tower. I got 3 more levels and 1 more boss, and then there's 2 other things I need to do. 3 other things I need to do, which is also quite difficult in itself. But yeah, I'm excited to do that. And then next week, I will be back to playing again more Pizza Tower, and since I already figured out how to beat Tree Sentinel in less than 2 hours, I'll probably be able to beat Tree Sentinel next time in Elden Ring. I feel like I have to, because if my sister did it, I sort of need to. Though I'm pretty sure I will do it much fast. I'm going to do it much faster than her. At least I can at least flex about that next time I see her or talk to her. But yeah. Thank you for joining me. You did it in 16 hours at that first time. Yeah, I'm fully aware. Lol, sibling rivalry. I'll be rivalry when it comes to that. If it comes to more serious stuff, I think that crosses a line. I'm not being vague on purpose. It's a thing where I think sibling rivalry is fine as long as you don't turn it into like a story of success about your life. But if that makes sense. I was thinking about this the other way with talking to friends about siblings that argue and don't get along, and I was thinking to myself, oh, yeah, you know, I get along with my sister and brother, and those two don't really see eye to eye perfectly, probably because they're kind of complicated. My general rule is I stay out of it unless I have to get involved. If there's any arguments between siblings, I don't really argue with my sister or brother anymore. But yeah, sibling rivalry is fun. I'll probably yeah, let's try and kill Tree Sentinel next time. That way it'll be funny to tell her. And tell him if she brings it up, I tell her that I'm only doing it because I feel obligated to, due to our sibling connection. Like, I remember when I got to that bit and I looked at Tree Sentinel, I said, I don't have to do this. And without thinking, I just charged towards him, and I was like, yeah, of course I'm going to do it. This is me we're talking about. Yeah. But I was able to figure out how to beat him quicker than she could. But that's what happens when you have a game dev brain on as long as I have. So I will partially credit Pizza Tower for making me super good at inputs and timing and figuring things out, like studying the animation. But yeah, I'm flexing. That's a bit silly of me. Anime list was good. I have watched apparently a lot of anime so far, and we're only on 2015. We got 15 years of anime to still go through. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the stream. We'll see you tomorrow. If not, I'll see you next week. Have a good weekend or a good night. Have a lovely morning, day, afternoon, evening, and night, wherever and whenever you may be. Take care and goodbye. Damn, this music's good though. I gotta play this music more every time we do streams. Bye.